All right, happy Monday. I'm so proud of y'all for hopping on. It is Magic Week. I am pumped. I and the call tonight afterwards, we're only going to be up on for about 15, 20 minutes tonight because I want to make sure that every single person gets to hop over to the opportunity call tonight with Alita and Jill. And so that you are on, so you can send that recording to as many people as possible. And so I'm just going to go through and kind of give you guys some tips on Magic Week and how to kind of close out what this week can be for you. Y'all know at the beginning of the week, drop some goals. So it's January. Drop some goals in the chat that you had at the beginning of the month that you have not yet achieved. Because here's what I know that I know that I know. At the beginning of the month, momentum is high, right? Especially in January. It's like, I'm gonna conquer the world. I'm gonna go diamond again tomorrow. I'm gonna do all the things. I'm gonna get my three people. I'm gonna do this and that and this and that. And then sometimes people don't respond. And then sometimes somebody's like, yes, I'm starting with you. I'm going to go silver. I'm going to go senior silver. I'm going to get the products. I'm going to do this. And then they get abducted by aliens. Or you put 6 hours into a post and you have it up and nobody likes it. Nobody comments, nothing. And y'all, it feels defeating. Amen. Like it's like, why am I doing this? Where did everybody go? Where's the momentum? Where's the excitement? And then the middle of our month kind of goes like this, right? And it becomes this like ebb and flow of constantly saying, okay, this month, this is my month. And then it's the drip back down. And then at the end of the month, it's like, oh, but now I've got to have my three people. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. And so here's the deal. Is that going to happen always? Yeah, a little bit of that, right? It's Magic Week. We all have goals. We have things that we want to have happen. And the same thing happens to other people. At the end of a month, we're always like, oh man, another month has gone by. And I didn't reach out to this person about my health goals. I didn't start working out. I didn't start eating healthier. I didn't start going to bed at the right time. And so, just like we have that in our business, people have that in their personal lives. And so when you mix the two of them, that's why we always have an influx of people, excuse me, that join at the end of the month and that join at the beginning of the month. I want to help you guys take advantage of that this week. We have free resets left. It's still $1 membership. I have no idea what the specials are for next month. I think this is the first time I really have no idea what's coming. So I can't even tell you or give you hints or kind of whatever. I can imagine that free resets probably will not stay around. But while we have something that's free for $90, and we have this new February challenge group coming up, I want y'all to take advantage of it. One of the things that I love the most about Plexus is that, y'all, you have every opportunity to be able to make this work if you are willing to stay the course. I am not any different than anyone else that's on this call, except for the fact that I've never given up on this. 9 years of all the ebbs and flows. I've had people that have not enjoyed what I post, that have not liked what I've posted, that have quit on me, that have not messaged me back. So I'm going to message more people. It's the book that we're reading right now, right? The power of one more, sending one more message, asking one more person, sending one more follow up. It's knowing that the goal and the dream that you have on your heart is worth it if you don't give up. It takes one cup flipped to find that diamond that you have underneath of you. But when we put the gas down, right, pedal to the metal 1,000 miles an hour, and we do it for 3 days in a row, and then we're like, ooh, it's not working. So if it's not working, probably isn't going to do anything. And then we let up. And then at the end of the month, we're like, oh, wait, maybe it will work. That's what happens in our business to give us the ebbs and flows because we don't stay consistent. I'm not telling you that it's all rainbows and butterflies. It's not. But we have to stop thinking that it's just going to magically happen. This is not the lottery, and it's not just going to fall out of the sky at us, right? We have to keep working for it. I want to read this to you guys really quick. If you follow Brittany Howard, maybe you saw it, but this hit me really hard today because there is so much entitlement, I think, sometimes in a business like this, both with the products and with the opportunity. People just think like, oh, if I take the pink drink for 2 days, it's going to magically fix everything. And if we have a customer that comes to us and tells us that, we're like, y'all, it's not going to just magically fix everything. You've got to do it every single day. But then in our businesses, we're like, oh, if I just send 2 messages and put up 2 posts, I'm going to go diamond tomorrow or ruby tomorrow or whatever, or get my 3 people. It's not going to happen that way. And so if we can really get the dig in piece down and the follow-up piece, I'm going to go through that really quickly in just a minute with y'all. That's what's going to make the actual magic in your business, not just because it's Magic Week. So this is what Brittany put today. Entitlement mentality is keeping an entire generation broke and miserable while complaining about their circumstances. The reality is that no one owes you anything. If you want something, you'll have to put in the work. Diligent work, day in and day out, work that you don't feel like doing, and work that your peers aren't doing. And then learn to be wise with your money. Exercise self-control, be disciplined, earn, save, invest, say no to yourself, repeat. You'll be different than the people around you. You'll wonder if it's worth it. You'll be tempted to wish it was easier, and you'll have to fight against bad habits. But if you choose the wisest habits and combine them with diligent work, one day you'll realize that you feel deeply grateful for everything in your life. And you'll feel joyful even through the challenges, because you realize that it's making you better. Y'all, I think that that's so true in so many reasons. There's for so many reasons, because we know when we're here, we're surrounded by different people, right? There are so many people that will give you backlash because your rise in your health, like when you start getting healthy, drop a 1 in the comments. When you started getting healthy, if you realized or had some people that were around you that started acting differently. I for sure did. When we started making more money and getting out of our current circumstance, we could not pay bills at the end of the month. Especially when I started posting about it, people started acting differently. Why? Had nothing to do with me. But what ends up happening? It highlights it for other people, that you're either doing something that they want to do and aren't willing to do it, or they want to do it and they just haven't figured it out yet. That's why you have to stay consistent. But if you stop, nothing's going to change for you and nothing is going to change for them. So, in the last couple of minutes, what I want to share with you guys in this Confident Conversations series that we kind of started last week is not to give you another script, is not to give you something else that you can copy and paste, or even copy paste and make your own, because we're not a copy and paste company, right? But what I want to give you guys is not just the motivation, but the discipline, and to know that every single one of you can make a couple of little switches with your confidence and your belief to help people do this. So, first thing, if you've got a goal and you do because you're here, ask yourself really honestly. I had to do this today. Wendy actually jumped into one of our group chats. We were going to do something just before this call. I did not carve out the right amount of time. One of my kiddos was sick. Another one of my kiddos thinks that she like broke her ankle. And my other kiddo had an orthodontist appointment this afternoon. And with all of those things coupled together, I did not invite as many people as I wanted to tonight. Now, are those very real things that were in my life that were unexpected? Yes. Is it a blessing that I can change things around to do it? Yes. But honestly, today I had a goal and I did not use the systems to the fullest advantage that I could have. So ask yourself, how many people did you invite to the call tonight? Not just in a group text message, but actually like a voice message or a message to invite them to the call tonight. You don't have to answer. And this is not to shame anybody, but this is to highlight. Because if we have these systems and we're not using them, then our businesses aren't going to grow the same, right? And what ends up happening, y'all, and I see it happen and I feel it happen, is then I look to the left and I look to the right and I'm like, oh, well, this person's growing. Maybe it's really not for me. It's not that it's not for you. It's that we have to do the work to get it to be for us. So if you've got a goal and those things that you wanted at the beginning of the month haven't come to fruition yet, just be real with yourself. That's the best thing that we can do. If you wanted to add your 3 people, how many messages have you sent out and follow up and posts? And what are you actively doing every single day to get there? And then I want to give you guys a tip with this because this is something that I've been seeing work really, really well. So, a call to action post, this is something that we've talked about a bunch. And what I've always done in the past, and what a lot of y'all do too, is that we're just like, DM me, private message me, comment below if you want the link. Well, then nobody comments below. And I'm like, oh, well, that's fun. Or nobody does the little slider. And so I'm like, ooh, no, but like I just got on my Instagram, 100 people saw it, 2 people asked, one of them was Baker. Right? It's like, oh, thanks. And then immediately what ends up happening? It's like, oh, but how do I start a conversation with that? I already know Baker loves it. So I did have one person that I got to send it to that way. But if I want to grow my business, that is not going to be the most effective way, right? I have to have conversations. So this is what I want to highlight to you guys. In this post that I did today, I mean, look at how great my pictures are. It's scrambled eggs, Colton on the orthodontist table, or chair, our Chipotle lunch, and his crumble cookies that he brought to his sister. But I talked about time freedom. And so at the end of this post, I just said that if you like the post, if you want the link, simply like this post, comment, or message me. What that did for me in changing that, and I've tried this a couple of times now, y'all, it works. 20 people, including Wendy, liked my post. I went down through, there were 5 of 6 from our team that I already know. I had 9 new people that I've never had conversations with about Plexus. Now, here's the deal. Some of them probably didn't read my whole post. I'm still going to message them. And this is a sample message that I sent to them. Hey, thanks for the support in the post. I know I mentioned in the post that I would send you the link for tonight. And then I went on. I'm calling out that they actually asked for it. And it started a conversation with 3 people. One of them was actually like, oh, I didn't know that that's what I was supposed to do. And then y'all know me. I was like, hey, everything for a reason. If you ever need anything or if you ever want to talk about it, I'm here. And then I can go back to last week's messages. I've been amazed at how many people need the extra health or the extra energy. And so if that's ever you, let me know. It was a simple switch in there that has allowed me to have 9 more conversations than I was able to have at the beginning of the day today. If there's somebody on there that I think was like joking about it, I'll put that right in the post. Like somebody that maybe never would have commented or asked. But that one simple switch was so, so huge for me. Here's something else that I want to call out to you guys because we have become a society that feels like if we don't have hundreds of likes or dozens of likes on something, that it's not good enough. My posts recently have been averaging between, especially with like all of the stuff with Rye and her birthday and just different things that we've had going on, anywhere from like 100 to 300 likes. This post had 20. If I'm doing the comparison there, and we're doing the ratio, y'all know that I love numbers. Maybe you usually get 20 or 30 likes on a post. Maybe you usually get 5 likes on a post. And then you put up a Plexus post and you get 1 or 2, or you get 20 instead of 100. It is not about how many, it is about the quality. And you have to remember that when you're going into this. Most people are not thinking that they're looking for gut health until they've found gut health. So I want you to try that this week. Instead of just message me for the link, or if you're interested, comment below. Try that little switch and see if it generates more conversations for you. And then go into, if you can, the stuff that we talked about from last week. The other thing that I really want to call out for y'all, every single time that somebody gives us an objection, it is them coming up with an excuse that sounds really good to them, right? So, how many of us have had it costs too much? I don't have the time. I'll get back to you. Drop some other ones in the comments section, right, Michelle? We all get it. Every single one of us. Here's the difference. When you have somebody that comes to you and they're like, oh, actually, I'm going to pull up the chat so I can see. Okay. When you have somebody that comes to you and they say, it's too expensive. I don't have the time. I'll get back to you. And you say, okay, I used to do that. It's too expensive. Okay. Well, maybe on your next paycheck, let me know. If you ever get the extra money, let me know. Ain't nobody getting the extra money, right? Because there's always going to be something. We know because most of us were there. Nobody's getting the extra time because it's always going to be busy. So I've had this sweet friend that actually started Plexus with me once, ended up with a big move, moved away, is currently in Maryland, and she has been posting a ton about stuff that she's had going on with her. I keep reaching out, and she keeps giving me some line. I don't know if you guys can see this well. Let me blow it up a little bit more. She keeps giving me this line about how I keep catching her at a bad time. And so Friday, when she was like, I'm just heading out, and I was like, okay, I'll talk to you in a little bit. I'm feeding into her excuse, right? That she does not have the time for it. So tonight, when I reached out to her and she was like, promise at some time you're going to get me, I responded with, there's always going to be something. Literally always. I'm a mom too. I get it. There's always something. So she came back that with one of her kids is sick. I can totally relate to that and have so much empathy with that. But I also then told her that I am never going to be that friend for you that tells you that with all of the stuff that you have going on, that this isn't exactly why you need this. And that you need to take 30 seconds out of your day to invest in your health. So this conversation kept going. And we have a scheduled plan now to hop on the phone and go through things. The rest of this conversation would never have happened if I was like, okay, I hope she feels better. Message me in a couple of days, or I'll message you in a couple of days. I'm not rude about it. I'm not pushing her, but I'm reminding her that she's a mom that needs the extra energy and she 100% can do this. The excuse that we don't have time is always going to be an excuse unless we edify people and tell them that it's worth it. And that's the same thing that I'm going to end with every single one of y'all. There will always be something until there's not. Until your why becomes big enough that you will send out the messages, that you will let them think whatever they're going to think about you. Because at the end of the day, you're going to go to bed knowing that you're making a difference for people and you're supporting your family. And there's nothing that's better than that. To be able to live life on your terms. It 100% matters to the people that you're going to impact and to your house. So my challenge for y'all before we hop off, make a post tomorrow about the products, about the opportunity, about the free reset, about our February challenge group. I just messaged our new VA's name is Tina Marie. She's incredible. Her brain is like wildfire, and I'm so pumped that she's going to work with us to help us with some stuff for our team. So February challenge is going to be in a brand new group. She's got over $2,500 worth of prizes. There's going to be tons of momentum and excitement and just I'm so excited about it to be able to partner with her. If you did not see all of that, it is in the Grow chat, in that Grow messenger group that I have where I just feed you guys stories and messages and stuff. And it's also in our team page. Make sure that you've joined that and that you're using it to invite other people. I have a text message that's going to go out to everybody on our team from a new messaging system that we're going to use. So you guys will have that to be able to follow up with, and I'll let you know when that goes through. But my challenge for y'all, get a post up tomorrow and then think of three or more people that you have messaged that have given you an excuse. Excuses sound best to the people that are making them. That excuse sounds really good to them right now because maybe they don't have the money and they need the opportunity. And maybe they don't have the time, and that's exactly why they need the opportunity. Or maybe they're sick, and that's exactly why they need the products. So edify them. Tell them you can relate to it. Appeal to the emotions and keep telling them and reminding them that they're worth it. So put up a post, use the February challenge, and edify at least three or more people that have given you excuses so that you can end this month strong. Those goals that you listed, do not give up on them. We have the entire rest of the week to be able to make it happen. All right. I love y'all. Let's hop over to the call with Alita and Jill and blow up the chat. These are the things. I know it's a long Monday night listening to me and then jumping on there. But these are the calls that will build your belief. And whatever you're funneling, y'all, whatever you're attracting in, whatever you're thinking, that's what's going to manifest and persist. And so if you're feeling a little bit not motivated or you're feeling a little bit like something can't happen for you right now, you either feed your mind with something that's going to keep you stuck or you go hop on an opportunity call and there is nobody like Alita and Jill that are going to fire you up. You've got to feed your spirit with that stuff. All right. I love y'all. I'll see you over on the other call. Night, everybody.